Doogie.
And it's Tuesdays, you know what that means? That's right, we got you another Mando episode on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we were like halfway through the episode, I was like, right, okay, this has been nice, but it's, you know, no big revelations as the last week's episode with Bo-Katan and, you know, the introduction of Mandalorians, Boba Fett before that, and all the big revelations have been so far.
Name dropping Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, but yeah, towards the end of the episode, I was like, but take it from the start, that first scene. Nice wee bit of badassness. We got Cara Dune taking down a couple Aqualishes in the former covert around the old Mandalorian Schmelter. And as you pointed out, actually, the acting debut of Alexander Orlov.
Oh yeah. anyone looking for new car insurance?
Simples.
He's doing well for himself. I'm glad to see the smaller actors get bigger and bigger roles.
Well, if you know, that guy has a #1 best-selling autobiography in the UK. Legit.
I find that hard to believe. You can Google it, it's worth a Google.
So yeah, so Mando, we head back to Navarro for repairs after the Mon Cal turned the hand on it last episode.
Yeah.
So we land in Navarro, take a wee walk around the old stomping ground from season 1, and right in the center of town, there it is, a big statue of IG-11.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see the fish guy again from the first episode, Big Mithril. His reaction to meeting Mando, perfect.
Yeah. Reminiscent of just like Squid Ink.
Yes, literally, when that happened, it brought me right back to Finding Nemo.
Saved your life! Oh, you guys made me eat!
Yeah.
So we head back to Navarro, we see Cara Dune and Greef Karga. We take Baby Yoda to school,
Mm-hmm.
and
eat some macaroons.
Yeah, some tasty macaroons. So Cara Dune and Greef Karga explain that there is one Imperial outpost left that they need to clear for Navarro to be finally safe. So they all shoot over, they go in, they go through, we see a lot of callbacks, we see some speeder bikes. Yeah, and at this point in the episode, they were going through and they were clearing out some stormtroopers. They're essentially doing the same scene as Obi-Wan letting down the tractor beams whenever they're sabotaging the base so that the lava explodes and blows it up.
Yeah.
It's nice to kind of see all these callbacks. It was a wee bit tad much, I think, maybe. Just at this point for me, I was like, it's a bit much. It's a bit kind of like, it feels like a cartoon filler episode. It feels like a Rebels episode that's kind of leading up to something. And then it happened. For me, this is the thing with Mandalorian, is that it's so world buildery. I feel like that's something we've missed for the last wee while. It's great to see. As much as I'm like, yeah, it was very fillery, I still really enjoyed it, just to see more of the Star Wars universe, just to see a bit more going on, you know. Also, Carl Weathers directed this one. He was all over Twitter, just posting about how much he was loving doing it. Really nice to see passion in Star Wars as well, just people loving what they're doing. So yeah, so we get to a panel, and the 2 Imperial officers just start clearing it off, and then start shooting it, and Mando and Cara Dune and Greef Karga and the fish dude all clear out the room, and then there's these tanks of unknown something, clearly something humanoid-ish, and oh my goodness, is this the first attempts at the Strandcasts or the clones of Palpatine that we see in episode 9? Is this the first iteration of Snoke?
So yeah, it's not quite clear what they're trying to do. Are they trying to like give the Force to something? Are they trying to like inject Force powers into some clone? Or
Well, they avoid saying the word as much as possible, but they say we're unlikely to get another specimen with this high an M count because we can't say midichlorians.
Yeah.
So here's my theory, right? It's going to be completely wrong by next week.
Of course.
I think, yes, this is definitely, there's something to do with Palpatine, something to do with trying to give Palpatine's clones the Force, because we know from episode 9 they just could never get it right. That, or we're going to get a full-on Force Unleashed 2 clone barrage of troopers that are all Force sensitive, or like some degree of Force sensitivity. But yeah, no, you pointed out actually, so they blow up the base, they head back home, Cara Dune, the fish dude, and Greef Karga all steal the ship.
The Imperial prison speeder.
That one. Yeah. They steal it, shoot on, and they're chased by TIE fighters. So they get a few. There's the callback to I got one. I just wish Cara Dune would turn around and be like, that's great, kid, don't get cocky.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they make it out, then the Razor Crest takes the rest of them all down. It's always good to see the best maneuver in all of Star Wars flight simulation. spinning.
Now this is pod racing.
I mean, it is a good trick.
Yeah.
So it all finishes. Mando heads off to wherever he was going, and one of the New Republic pilots comes and visits Greef Karga about the Imperial base exploding, and he gives him nothing, and then they have that exchange with Carladine. And it was really cool seeing someone reflecting on the Alderaan thing, because in episode 4, Alderaan explodes. And we get a reaction from Carrie Fisher, but then we never really see it again. We never sort of see the wider effects of that happening, and we kind of understand her character a little bit more now, you know.
Clearly, the fact that she was from Alderaan is what encouraged her to join the rebellion as a drop trooper in the first place. But for whatever reason, she's left. So I think that'll be interesting to find out why she eventually left the rebellion. Because obviously, when we meet her in season 1, she's in hiding.
But the only thing I did notice was Carladine was like, "Yeah, I'm not a joiner." Nice sweet cheeky Batman quote. But so she was a rebel dropper, so she joined the rebels, and she left that to join Mando, to then join Greef Karga.
Dylan! You son of a bitch.
And now she's considering joining the New Republic. I feel like she might be a joiner.
Join me.
You son of a bitch! I'm in!
It's like this information is incorrect. So the episode finishes with I think this is actually our first on-screen appearance of the Arquitans class.
Yeah.
Obviously from Rebels. Yeah, another kind of cool throwback. We get information that Din's ship has been bugged, and now they know where he's going and all that other stuff. So if he's heading straight to Ahsoka, is leading Moff Gideon straight to Ahsoka. And possibly to another specimen with a high quote-unquote M count. So yeah, the door opens, we see Moff Gideon again, Giancarlo Esposito looking awesome as always, just what a badass.
They finally found a gap in his schedule where he could make an actual appearance.
Yeah. So he's standing in the room with
A smoke machine. And
loads of big tall dudes in black armor. At first I thought they were Death Troopers, and then I was like, "Oh, these guys are too bulky," and then you were like...
They reminded me of, now this is an obscure reference, but there's a game called Star Wars Empire at War, Forces of Corruption. Basically it's like an RTS, but one of the Imperial units is called a Dark Trooper, and they come in like 3 phases, like phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. Now they're droids in the game, but you find there's a phase 0, which is a cyborg.
Yeah, you play as them in Battlefront 2 when you're doing the Empire campaign.
Yeah, and so they look like they might be something along those lines, so either maybe a cyborg or maybe the phase 1 droid of the Dark Trooper. I don't think they're the Death Trooper from Rogue One, because they look connected into the wall. It looks like they're in storage in the recesses along that wall.
Yeah, which again, it ties in a little bit with Jedi Fallen Order. You know, you get the Purge Troopers, so you get these new guys that are a little bit more specialized and all that there stuff. But yeah, no, just really cool to see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they do.
And yeah, like you said, it started off feeling like, oh, it's a wee like side quest filler episode, but there was actually a lot revealed. You know, they're playing about with Jedi force powers and DNA and stuff, trying to use that for something. They've got Moff Gideon off with some sort of weird stormtrooper variant that is new potentially, and it's just, there's a lot going on.
Oh yeah,
in the background.
Good bit of setup.
Yeah.
Well, that's about all we have time for this video. Join us next week for a little bit more Mando, and Friday for some more Star Wars content. See you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.